We'll move on to the next one. I did forget to mention as well, we're over at the Monks Eaton Arms afterwards if anybody's interested. Right, definitely open on as this one.
Right guys, I'm John Haines. I used to be Head of Science at Long Benson. I now work at Newcastle University. I run the Secondary Science PGCE course. And I just... Okay, if you can get that big for me, that'd be great. That's as big as it gets, that's fine, no problem. So where's it in Explorer for me? That's brilliant. Okay, so I want to talk about how I use Socrative, which is a polling piece of software. I'm hoping that some of you know about that already. Hands up if you've used Socrative in the classroom already. Okay, so some of you are already a bit quite confident perhaps in the use of that. I'll give you a flavour of what it's all about for those of you that haven't used it, but my main focus is how you can use Socrative data output in a kind of constructive way and build up word clouds with the words that your students are contributing during your lesson. So I'll try and talk you through the process. First of all, I'm going to log on to Socrative. I've got a sheet on your table, by the way. If you need any information about how I'm doing this, do check out the information sheet on your table. So Socrative.com, I want that open. I will also go with the other resource that I need, which is Tagzido. So fingers crossed. Right, Tagzido and Socrative. This is going to be awkward, isn't it, if this doesn't work? Did you say you've used this before, Mr.
Yeah, I've used it on Chrome.
Okay.
Would that be easier?
Let's have a look then. Let's try it on Chrome. Oh, there we go, great. Okay, so I'm logging in as my teacher account. And in a minute I'm going to get you to interact with me. I've got a question set up already, which is about our esteemed leader. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. Michael Gove. Right, I'm going to end the activity. I'm going to start it. Oh, it's still running actually. I should be able to just resume that. Right, so I've set up a quiz already in Socrative, and what I would like you to do, please, if you've got an internet-enabled phone, and there's only the capacity for 50 people. I don't normally teach classes of bigger than 50. 50 is my limit. But up to 50 of you can join in with this now. So if you've got an internet-enabled phone, if you could go to m.socrative.com. I was hoping I could make that a bit bigger for you to see. So m, for mother, .socrative.com, and then /Haines. That should take you to my room, hopefully. If I could just get a bit of confirmation that that's actually happening. Anyone managed to get there? If not, if you just go to m.socrative.com, it might ask you what room to join, and if you just type in Haines, Haines, in the room number, so say room number, just type in Haines, Haines. I can see a couple of people joining me, that's good. I'll wait until there's a few more. We do need a reasonable number of people to actually be joining in here. 9, that's brilliant. Let's see if we can get that number up into the teens and up into the 20s maybe. The more words I get from you guys, the better. I'm going to have you collaborating in terms of what you say shortly. That's good. So m.socrative.com, when you go there, it'll ask you what room do you want to join. Just type in Haines. Okay, that's reasonable so far. Right, so when you've joined the room, it should ask you a question. And it says something like, in no more than 3 words, could you describe Michael Gove? No holds back, don't hold back, don't pull your punches on this, okay? Tell me what you think. Charming gentleman, I know. Right. So 21 people, that's pretty good. If anyone else wants to join in the meantime, fine. So, no more than 3 words. Describe Michael Gove for me, please.
It says, thank you for being so polite.
Well, I was assuming that you would be. So, this can be used in the classroom brilliantly with your students. There are a range of different phones that it works with. It's not just iPhones, it's not just Blackberries. Most phones that have got internet access can access this, and you can get your students really involved in polling them for their opinions and their ideas and so on. So the idea is I might have posed a question, a bit like I have now to the students, and they would be responding to that. I can have a look. Let's have a look. Shortly, I will end that and see where we're going. Okay, so there we go. I've got all that going on. That's happening right now. So let's see how many people have actually done that. What I should have done is start it again, to be honest with you. I'm going to wait for a minute. Can I just have a show of hands? How many people actually submitted their 3 words just now? That's great. I think that's probably enough. So what I'm going to do now is download the report. So you can do that in an Excel format. If you've set multiple choice questions up, it'll actually mark those that are right within the Excel spreadsheet, so you can immediately get feedback on how your students have progressed. Obviously this is an open... If you could open that for me. So I'm going to open that up and we should get an Excel spreadsheet with a list of words in there. Right, okay. Right, so here we go. What I'm now going to do is select those words. I'm going to post those into... Get back to the... Oh, right, yeah. Oh no, it wasn't. It was in there. That's right. That's the subject teacher. Yeah, brilliant. Right, what I now want to do is import those words into Tagxedo. Tagxedo is a bit like a word cloud creator, but you can choose your own shapes in this one. So, here we go. Hopefully it'll work. There we go. Right, so I need to load in my text, so I'm going to paste my words in there. It'll ignore some of the little words like the ands and the as. I'm going to submit that, and it'll create for me a nice word cloud based on the words that you've contributed so far. Now, that's okay, but we possibly want something in terms of the shape a little bit more, a little bit more in keeping with our theme there. So I'm just going to do a Google image search for the man in question. So, Michael Gove.
Gotta do a monkey.
Lovely man. I could have done. Oh, that's right. Images. All right, let's have a look. Choose an image. One of my favourites. Let's have a look.
Pob. Yeah.
This one. I quite like this one. That's the Pob face, isn't it? Yep. Okay, I need to save that picture. Okay, just going to save that. Right, what I'm now going to do is go back in here and I'm going to load up a different shape. So click on shape, I'm going to add an image. Back to the desktop. There he is, there's the gentleman in question. I can change the fine tuning of what that looks like. I kind of want a bit more detail there, really. You know, let's make it a little bit darker there, a little bit more detail perhaps. See how that looks, and then we'll accept that. And we've now got a nice image made up of all the words that you contributed for me in that particular thing. Now, you can use that live. Whoops, sorry. That's more appropriate. Right. You can use that live in front of the class to sort of highlight key words that the students have been contributing to your conversation. You can focus on why some words are bigger than others. And the reason they're bigger is because more people have used them. So clearly, you know, it's fairly clear what the general opinion is of Michael. But if you're talking about perhaps ethics in a science lesson, or if you're talking about a particular character in an English lesson, or a particular historical figure in a history lesson, or some other kind of like more specific to your subject area, you can see how you can pull the students' thoughts quite quickly into something that will prompt more discussion, more thought. You can just use it to do that, or you could sort of extend it and actually sort of print these things off. You can download them. If you just click on save and share, it gives you the option to download them as a 16 megapixel JPEG, so we can have that wonderful poster of Michael Gove printed to A0 and posted around all of the corridors in the school. I wouldn't recommend it for Ofsted coming in next week, but you know, it might provide a talking point for you. You can do things like change the colour, you can change the theme to make it look a bit different, change the fonts. It's a really creative tool, and as you can see, with using Socrative, you can kind of get a nice, quick output of what your students are thinking about a particular theme or topic. Okay, thank you very much.